Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and it's Debsy, and the place to be, it's Debsy. Boop, that's me. Boop, Debsy. Hey guys, and happy Wednesday. I hope everybody is had a great day and is having a wonderful week. I am rocking my Sidney Crosby, you're not gonna see it, my Sidney Crosby jersey, because tonight is the home opener for my Pittsburgh Penguins. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be dedicating the night to watching my team in the home opener. So I'm not going to be watching the Golden Bachelorette or the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City tonight. I'm recording them. I always record them. And I will probably watch Real Housewives of Salt Lake City tomorrow, and hopefully try and record that tomorrow, and then maybe get the Bachelorette, the Golden Bachelorette up by Friday or Saturday. Okay. So, but while I'm here, we're going to talk about last night's Real Housewives of New Housewives of New York. Okay. So let's get into it. I'm going to tell you, last year, it started off the same way. It started off slow. I felt like last night was a snooze fest. Oh, we're drinking some Diet Coke. I needed some caffeination. So, I don't know. It was a little wah, but let's get into it. So, Erin meets her mom at the wig shop. Her mom is going through, I believe it's breast cancer, and she started chemotherapy. So she goes to the wig shop. She did cut her hair in solidarity with her mom. I think it's cute. And Uba meets them there. Uba was actually the first person the first of her friends, I guess the first of the ladies that she had called and told the news about her mom. So they have a very, very close relationship now. While her mom is trying on the wigs, and the wigs she comes out with are so pretty. But they were talking about the party last night. Erin's just very hurt because she feels like Brynn went to Jenna to try to damage their relationship. And it really hurt her a lot because this is at a time when she needs all the support that she can get. And she was really worried about it ruining her friendship with Jenna. And Jenna had said it didn't ruin their friendship at all. And Erin then said, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but Erin said something like, Jenna had already told us in Anguilla that the money was drying up, that's what she says. Jenna told them in Anguilla that the money was drying up, and she says Jenna already said this in Anguilla, so maybe Brynn kind of put that in her back pocket and pulled it out and changed up things around to fit what Erin had said. She's manipulating things. Erin also opens up that there are problems with Abe. We had heard that she was going to talk about the problems with Abe. What are they? I hope they're salacious. But they're not. Okay. And she said she found out all his secrets while she's trying to deal with her mom's cancer diagnosis. Listen, I'm not the biggest fan of Erin, but I feel bad for her because she has her family to take care of, and she has her mom that she's dealing with. And now whatever this secret is with Abe. So we'll find out. Sai and Jenna meet for coffee. They're talking about the kids going to college because both of their kids are seniors. Sai admits, hey, listen, I really do like you, Jenna. And she also admits to regretting about how she handled things the night before, like yelling at Brynn. Jenna says, don't worry about it because listen, she says there's so many other people who have said something similar to what Brynn had said. So don't throw out that friendship. Okay. I can't be the only one who was like, who else? Sai just let it go. If that was me, I would have been like, who else said this? Who else is saying things that I didn't say? I would have asked. I absolutely would have asked. Sai says that, hey, that may be the case, but Brynn saying it really hurt her because once again, she was there for her when she was hurting and she was going through it all around Thanksgiving. She was there for it. And Jenna was like, well, you should really talk to her, reach out and talk to her. She's like, hey, listen, I tried to talk to her in the group chat and then I privately messaged her. And I said, she said, I apologize for how I acted at the party, but I also wanted to let her know that I was hurt by what she had said. And listen, it said on the bottom, read. So it was read, but she never replied back. Listen, that is a little bit of a disrespect there. On red, that's a slap. That's a slap in the face. Okay. Brynn ignored it. Brynn did not reach out and say anything. Brynn, and she says, hey, listen, Brynn pops off and it's fine. But I say something and suddenly I'm unhinged. And then she shows this, I'm gonna put it right here and you'll see it. It's the carbon monoxide text. So here it is. Look at it. Okay, so there we go. You read that. She also says, listen, the difference in how I handle it and how she handles it is Brynn does it off camera so no one can see it. And she also says when Brynn is upset, she threatens people, and that's not cool. So speaking of Brynn, over at Brynn's apartment, Aaron comes over. They're gonna discuss everything that happened. She was gonna give her some bottled water. Instead, she said this bitch gets tap. And she pulled the puppy. The puppy wasn't around. I guess she was in a room or something. She comes in. That was a very chilly reception from Brynn. Brynn should have given her hat, gloves and scarf because that was a chilly reception. And right from the start, I was like, oh, this discussion is not going to go anywhere. Brynn, they sit down and start talking. Brynn says, listen, you came in hot for me last night. You come in hot for me. And then here comes Sai piling on. And you didn't even say anything. Like, you could have been like, hey, this is just between the two of us. I can handle it for myself. But you didn't say that. And then now this is the second time because on Jeff Lewis's podcast, you could have handled it, but you didn't, which she had said. They asked, do you think she gets money from anybody? And she was like, no, I don't think so. I don't know. And then she said, what do you think? Or something like that. She could have shut that down. Listen, and then Brynn said, oh, this is so Staten Island. Listen, there ain't nothing wrong with Staten Island. There's nothing wrong with Staten Island. I mean, she says, okay, don't call me Staten Island. I'm a born and raised city person. Fuck you. Listen, I'm going to tell you, 4 of the funniest people on the face of this earth are from Staten Island, and that's the Impractical Jokers. Q, Sal, Q, Sal, Joe, and Murr. I'd rather be from Staten Island than be from New York City. Thank you very much. So enough with the snobbiness and the disdain for Staten Island. Whatever. Anybody's Staten Island, if anybody's Staten Island in the house, you probably aren't. But listen, I'm staying with Staten Island. So Erin apologizes for the podcast. Brynn apologizes if she made it awkward with Jenna. But she says, listen, I didn't go to Jenna to talk about you. But Jenna asked if I forgave you. And when she said, yeah, I did forgive Erin, Jenna said, wow, that was quick. But she said something to her like, yeah, it was messed up that Jenna said it was messed up what she said about your money. And Brynn was like, yeah, it is, but Erin says fucked up shit about money all the time. And then she said, Jenna said that Erin is having money issues. And Brynn was like, maybe, I don't know, maybe I just felt foolish. Maybe I felt stupid for forgiving you so quickly. And Erin off camera was like, yeah, that's probably her ego. Her ego was probably bruised that she had forgiven me so quickly. I'm going to tell you, my opinion, it's best to never talk about money. I don't talk about my money. I don't make any kind of near as money as these people do. I don't talk about money, what I make, to anybody. I don't even talk to my own mother about it. I don't talk to anybody about it. Don't talk about your money. Don't talk about anybody else's money. That's what I'm saying. Now listen, also, I'm going to say this. Brynn is a shit stirrer. We all know that. But look I'm saying the side sniper here is Jenna. I'm just saying. Saying side sniper is Jenna. She's hiding behind that, social anxiety. I'm just saying. Don't come for me. I'm just saying. So Erin's crying about breaking down about everything's going on with her mother. And it's a lot of stress. I get that. And I get that she's crying about that. But I'm also thinking she's crying because there's a lot of stress from what Abe did. We don't know what it is. We're going to find out what Abe did. They had this thing where Jenna and her son and her assistant went rock climbing. I didn't pay that much attention to it because, like I said, I liked Jenna last season. Jenna's getting on my nerves a little bit this season. I mean, she's kind of annoying me. The only cool thing about it was that, oh my God, that sexy new car that she got, that Bentley. Oh, Jesus. And I'm not even a car person, but holy shit, that is beautiful. Okay, so Erin and Abe, they have lunch. They sit down, they start having lunch. Discussion, everything went great with Brynn. Erin is going to be having the girls over to the Hamptons again. Then they start to talk about their issues. Abe comes right out. He said, when I hide things from you, it's not coming from my malicious side. I'm not trying to be malicious. Okay? So let's get into it. Let's spill the tea, sisters and brothers. Let's hear it. Let's get into some salaciousness. So as it turns out, they had some Bitcoin. He sold it. He sold this Bitcoin without telling her years ago when it was at a very low value. That's it. Not to undervalue that, but listen, the way that they were kind of making it, I was like, oh shit, there's cheating. There's some kind of sexy something going on. And it was Bitcoin. There was nothing salacious. So as it turns out, listen, they had this Bitcoin, they had a lot of it. And Aaron was like, I'm going to pay off a large chunk of our mortgage and go in. I'm going to log into our account, our Bitcoin account. We should have a whole bunch and we have nothing. He sold it. He didn't tell her about any of it. She comes to find out he got a shitload of bills that she knew nothing about. Bills from what? Like, my mind automatically goes to like, oh, is it drugs? Is it gambling? Is it another woman? Is it gambling? I was like, uh-oh, is this like a Joe Giudice? Joe Giudice? Giudice? Is that what it is? Oh, shit. And he says, well, listen, I didn't tell you because everything's going on with you. I didn't want to add to all these stressors. And off camera, he's like, I was trying to protect her, but now I see that wasn't the right thing to do. Then we find out Aaron was like, I didn't want to get married. I wanted to stay single because she was getting flown around town in a PJ. But she didn't say who. She just kept going, you know, is being flown around town. You know, around town. I'm like, by who? What? Did you have a sugar daddy? I'm just saying. I know. So Abe admits, hey, listen, I am under pressure. I'm under a lot of pressure to make sure that she is living a lifestyle she's accustomed to. So when I'm under stress, I make mistakes. There's some mistakes can be made. Is this another Joe Giudice? Is that what we're looking at? I don't know. But once again, all this drama is about Bitcoin. It's kind of underwhelming. Okay, Sai and Uba, they meet. All we find out, Oliver passed on a job because he doesn't want to leave her. And they both talk about Bryn. They both say that Bryn is manipulating stories. She's twisting facts. And they say that Bryn wants everyone to fight with each other and only be friends with her. Uba was shocked last season when Bryn mentioned Uba's Connecticut boyfriend. And she says, listen, when she did that, I knew she's not loyal because Sai had been there for her. And she just told she just told secrets. She just told something she wasn't even supposed to know. Now listen, I agree that maybe Bryn is not the most loyal. However, let's not forget where Bryn heard about who told Bryn about your Connecticut boyfriend. And that was from Sai, who was not supposed to tell anybody this. And she told Bryn. So, they're both wrong in my opinion. Okay, so Uba says she is not taking the helicopter. She is flying. And I completely agree with her. I would much rather just drive or ride up there as opposed to in a helicopter, because you hear all the time about these private helicopters, you know, that are going on tours and then they crash. I'm not doing that. So Sai and Uba, Sai is going to drive up. Uba's going to be the passenger and she's going to talk. So Bryn and Rebecca and Jessel, they arrive at the helicopter. I think it's called Blade Helicopter. So they arrive at the helicopter place. She says, well, you know, Jessel says, Bryn's, no, Sai isn't going to be coming. Sai is driving up. And Bryn says, oh, well, she's probably not flying up because she doesn't want to be around. She doesn't want to be around me. And I don't know why she had to yell at me last night. I don't want to yell. I just want to get drunk and have a good time. So it turns out, Aaron, why did I have Aaron here? No, Jessel isn't flying up, but that doesn't surprise me for two reasons. Number one, remember last season she didn't want to fly coach. If she didn't want to fly coach, I don't know that she wants to fly in a helicopter. It's not luxury. But number two, she has that sexy ass Bentley. Oh shit, no, I wouldn't want to drive either. I wouldn't want to fly either. I would want to sit back. I would want to drive that sexy ass car. Hell yes. Okay, so they're walking out to the helicopter. Jessel was me in that moment. Jessel had on that flowy, beautiful navy flowy pants, like pants and that little crop top, and it was all flowing, and she was trying to look smooth and edgy trip. That would be me, and 1,000,000%. So they get on the helicopter. They're up and away in the air. I don't think Jessel enjoyed it much, but Britt asks Rebecca, "Hey, listen, if anybody asks me about Scientology," because remember, Rebecca Minkoff is in Scientology, "what should I tell them?" Rebecca says, "Well, you can just say to them, no comment, or you could tell them to come and talk to me." Bryn says, "Listen, as a publicist, this whole no comment, it's not really a great thing. Like it doesn't really do what you think it does." I would tend to agree because listen, when I hear no comment, I kind of maybe think the worst. That's just me. Rebecca, and listen, I really don't talk about religion too much, actually ever in this on my channel, but she said this, and I don't mean to offend. If there's any Scientologist here, I don't mean to offend you. However, when she was like, it is an established religion and there is nothing secretive going on about Scientology. If that's the case, where is Shelley Miscavige, is all I'm going to say. David Miscavige, leader of the church. His wife, Shelley Miscavige, hasn't been seen for like, how many years now? I mean, she was missing whenever Tom Cruise married Katie Holmes. Listen, I'll tell you one thing about me. I am not a super religious person, but I'm going to tell you, when it comes to things like cults or like out there religions, like, I'm sorry, it fascinates me. It also has made me absolutely positive that I will never fall prey to a cult because I know exactly what to look for. Anytime I see anything on Scientology, for some reason, it fascinates me and weirds me out at the same time. It weirds me out so much, but I still need to watch. I still need to watch everything. But when she said it's an established religion, I was like, I was thinking it was started by a guy who was a science fiction writer, and it's based on like aliens, and you have to pay to get to like the different levels. Plus that whole like SA and grape case where women sued, I think it was like 3 or 4 women sued Danny Masterson for grape. And there's so much, like if you go down the rabbit hole of Scientology, it's just a lot. So, all right. So then they ask the other ladies what they think about Scientology. And honestly, Erin, now for real, this is the second time this episode where you threw something out and then didn't follow up on it. Cause she's like, Oh yeah, that one time, John Travolta. Oh no, I'm sorry. I can't tell you about that. I really can't talk about it. What? What is it? Tell us. Tell us. So that was it. That was the end of it. So next week, they're in the Hamptons. Looks like there's a lot of yelling. Looks like somebody's giving out lingerie. Bryn's wearing underwear on her head. And, oh, I'm sorry, they say panties. I always say underwear. I'm just a Western Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh Yanzer girl that's going to say underwear and not panties. So, listen, with that being said, put in the comments if you watched what you thought of it. I am going to be getting ready to watch the Pittsburgh Penguins, the home opener. There's not going to be a motivational mornings tomorrow, but there will be one on Friday morning. So, listen, if nobody told you yet today, you were loved, seen, and heard. Please make sure that you put love, kindness, compassion, acceptance, hope, and positivity out there in the world so it comes right back at you. Please, please be aware of your surroundings. Be safe. Hydrate often with water. And listen, and this is going, I want everybody in any dangerous situation to please be mindful, be smart, be safe. But listen and know that if you are in Florida and you are in the path of what sounds like it's going to be a historically bad hurricane in Hurricane Milton, please, 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 please know that Dolly and I are thinking of you. We are keeping you in our prayers and in our thoughts. We are sending love. We are sending virtual hugs, and we are sending all the positive thoughts, energy, and vibe. Please be safe. Please have a plan. Make sure you have a plan and have a second plan. And please, please be safe. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.